It is best to work regardless of people's reactions, because you know what you're doing, and you know the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Nature or the universe is neutral towards your existence. It will sometimes throw things at you that will rock your world. Accept it. Failures and bad troubles are part of life. Being alive means everyone will experience them. If you do any good deed, keep doing it. You will be remembered one day. Do it in the hope of getting good results in the future. Good work is a gift in itself, which leads to a good life. True happiness and peace lie in doing work selflessly, because your job is to act with virtue. Do good work regardless of people, and don't let others' evil actions distract you from your path. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Marcus Aurelius. Today, we will talk about the book Meditations, which is written by Marcus Aurelius. Meditations is a series of personal writings by Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor from AD 161 to 180. Written in Greek, the Meditations were never intended for publication. They were discovered after Aurelius' death and have since become one of the most widely read works of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism is a philosophy that emphasizes personal virtue, self-discipline, and the importance of understanding and accepting the things we cannot control. This provides insights into Stoic principles and practices. Marcus Aurelius' reflections on life, death, and happiness are as relevant today as they were when he wrote them 2,000 years ago. His insights into the nature of suffering and the importance of inner strength can be a source of comfort and guidance in difficult times. But before you get lost in this video, do subscribe to this channel so that you can become a part of our mission, where our goal is to change the lives of crores of people through books. Our video may sometimes be a little long because we never compromise on the quality of the book and content, so it is important to watch the video till the end. So let's start. On receiving bad behavior or criticism from someone, it can be responded to in two ways. One, in return, to call him wrong like him, and second, to accept that maybe he is right and rectify the mistake. In such a situation, when you feel it is their fault, don't complain. Rather than admit they are misguided and made a mistake, remind yourself how many mistakes you have made. When you made a mistake in your life, someone kindly gave you a chance to improve, so you were able to improve. So, by all means, be kind to them, point out where they have gone wrong, and do so out of love, not with hatred in your heart or to impress onlookers. If it doesn't work, ask yourself what qualities nature has given us to counter such shortcomings. For example, nature has given us kindness to control ruthlessness. Very few consistently behave ruthlessly towards themselves, but often become ruthless when others are at fault. As long as possible, be kind, no matter what happens. If you trust a cheater by mistake, take the blame on yourself. The fault is yours. Recognize that there are cheaters and bad people in the world. It is foolish to expect them to trust. Tell yourself, I have encountered a person. Such people will come and go from time to time. I will avoid them and forgive and keep moving forward, because you know that whatever evil a person does, it only harms their soul. Your job is to be good and give them a chance to turn evil. If he doesn't want to change it, then at least permit him not to do that evil again. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, but to make him like you, or at least to distance yourself from him. And it depends on you, because you have control over your life. What happens in your life depends to a large extent on how you interpret it. Everything in life is related to this explanation. This famous quote from Marcus Aurelius does not seem entirely true, but it is an essential mental tool. You understand it and use its value correctly, it can be used quite well in everyday life. With this in mind, remember that how things influence you is determined by your mind's interpretation of it, not by what happens in the outside world. You can choose how to interpret it, so choose not to feel the loss and decide to be thankful. For example, you got wet in the rain. Whatever was to happen happened. Now, getting angry at the weather or focusing on your clothes and body getting wet will make you sad. The second option is to feel thankful for needing rain to survive and experience such moments. It will make you happy. This way, you will find it easy to push back and eliminate every thought that causes trouble or is unhelpful. And immediately, you can live in complete peace and happiness. So, work on gaining control over your mind to frame things in a positive light. In the end, you are the one who thinks constantly. Therefore, be careful about which thoughts you allow to remain in your mind, because thoughts create actions, and actions cause results. You have a body and a mind. Your mind, your logical ability, is an additional advantage over other animals to understand nature. It means recognizing it and using it properly, what nature has given you. It is your responsibility. You already know what you should do, and still, you are not doing it. The reason is that you do not have control over your mind whenever you decide to do something and do not do it. It means that your body has given you some reasons not to change yourself by not doing this work due to pain, sadness, fever, or hunger. When you are troubled by such things, remind yourself that I am giving in to the pain. When you succumb to these sensations, you enslave your mind to the body, which leads to suffering. Not allowing the brain or mind to do its work causes much pain. Gain control over your mind. You can only start doing good work by gaining control. By doing this, when you return to the values of your life and work, keeping them in mind, you can become God even to those who today consider you worthless. In life, we often do things that seem deliberate on autopilot mode. Most of the things we do, we don't even think about. Most of these actions are done on a base without any value. Due to this, many times, we need help with the purpose. In any such case, ask yourself, are you using your brain in the present? Or are you just acting like a child, a tyrant, and an animal? What is the reason for you to act like this? If you can control your actions, think and work in an organized manner, your life will be tension-free. If you do not inspect the activities of your mind, you will become more unhappy. You can find peace from external events anytime by going within your mind. Just be aware and watch your thoughts. We are made of each other. Don't allow yourself to be angry with the people around you. Don't give in to hatred. If you consider all people intelligent and capable of helping, it becomes easier to seek help from others. Happiness lies not only in doing the right thing and motivating others to do the right thing, but also in feeling love and forgiveness towards people. Even though they make mistakes, you can do this by recognizing that they are human, too, and we all make mistakes. Soon, they too will die like you and us. We all come together in this thinking. To create unity in society, thinking about the positive things of the people around you is essential. We all have different abilities and talents. You have to consider them. When you need motivation, you better think about it. Think about the skills and talents of people around you. One has energy, another has politeness, and the third has innovative thinking. Like there is something good in everyone. Think about that. We all love ourselves more than others, but care more about their opinions than our own. This lesson of giving more importance to your opinion is not a lesson of arrogance. It is a reminder to do what you know. It is best to work regardless of people's reactions. Because you know what you're doing, and you know the reason why you're doing what you're doing. You don't need to explain yourself to everyone. But most people flatter others and seek praise from them. To avoid worrying too much about credit, Marcus Aurelius suggests thinking about what makes a difference in reality. This means we should be honest and focused towards our work, not try to pretend to be something we are not, but instead keep working on improvement. It is better to correct than to deceive yourself again. When improving your mindset, you should not see that you have lost something, but remind yourself that the work done with improvement is a noble work better than before, for which you will get better results. Don't change it just because of peer pressure or to make yourself appear attractive to others. Remember that it is your responsibility to change your mindset, accept improvements, and respond better to actions. This will influence your life before others. And this change is based on your wish. Take a decision and start the change. To respect everyone's freedom, learn to tolerate the freedom of expression of others. Instead of controlling them, learn to control your reactions. Learn to hear the truth you don't like. Listen carefully to people and try to put yourself in their shoes. Make a habit of being aware of others' words. As far as possible, treat the rights of the law as equal for all. Rulers who respect the freedom of their people the most believe that the intelligent people in power recognize the hatred, cunningness, and hypocrisy going on in the empire, so their words must reach the king. If you ever find yourself in a position of power, remember this and check yourself. Oppose becoming autocratic. Keep in mind that, coming to power, you should not turn into Caesar, but like a human being, respect the freedom and feelings of another human being. Ask for self-respect with every work. Are you respecting yourself with it? Or will you regret it from inside after doing it? If you see any thought or feeling of doing things you don't believe in, erase them immediately. Take care of ethics with self-respect. Especially when you're angry, remember that giving in to the feelings of the people you love won't make you less manly. It is manners and kindness that define a person. And a person who has these qualities has strength and courage. Such people neither make themselves tyrants nor make slaves of any human being. And whatever happens, avoid complaining. If you can, do your work without complaining and fix the reason for that complaint. If something wrong happens, say good. See what new opportunities this opens up, and recognize how your explanation of an event can influence it, whether it makes you sad or happy. When faced with an obstacle, take a step, ask your reason, or think about it. You can benefit greatly by looking at that explanation from a positive perspective. When you focus on the opportunities you can get from the obstacle, the mind automatically gets molded according to your purpose. The obstacle becomes the way. Every event creates new possibilities, and when something terrible happens, you start saying good things to yourself and looking for a unique opportunity. Nature or the universe is neutral towards your existence. It will sometimes throw things at you that will rock your world. Accept it. Failures and bad troubles are part of life. Being alive means everyone will experience them. Because these events are in the hands of God or fate, you should not hope and pray that they do not happen, but hope and pray that you have the strength of character to enjoy them when they do. By building the power of nature, the miseries of life are controlled. When they occur, they are like a headland against which the waves keep breaking, your strong character standing firm and controlling the pressure of the water around it. By doing this, you become more vital than before, and the problems of this pressure become normal next time. Difficulties are the only ones that allow us to test ourselves and become stronger in every situation that leads us to unhappiness. So remember, in troubled conditions, it is not a sorrow but your way to become brave. The universe is in constant flux. Nothing is new under the sun. Others have already met the challenges you are facing. Society and technology have progressed, but our human condition remains the same. Your partner will betray you as people did in the past, or your friend can maintain a firm friendship with you for a lifetime. The race to move ahead for promotion and being afraid of failure. All humanity has always experienced all these things, which are happening in different forms even today. Instead of getting angry and surprised, blaming someone, and letting minor incidents overwhelm you, look at the part that matters. Focus your attention on that. Remember the people who experienced it before you and felt shock, anger, and resentment. See where they are now. This method is acceptable if they are where you want to reach. Otherwise, the process needs to be changed. Focus on who you want to be, target less, and prevent yourself from getting distracted. Maintain unbreakable commitment, and once you have made a decision, stick to that decision. If you want peace, do fewer things better. Do everything as if it is the last thing. Stop doing whatever target less work you have been doing until now. Stop letting your emotions rule your mind. Free yourself from unnecessary thoughts and stop letting your feelings create future worries. Get control of them and use them in the present. Treat your present time as if it is your last time. Eliminate the influence of imagination. Stop jerking like a puppet and limit yourself to the present by hard practice. You can also learn what you find frustrating. Try to learn for any such work. Don't focus on any physical appearance that you cannot change. And don't give yourself permission to want or chase what can't be changed. Instead, focus on the qualities that are within your power. If, according to you, your work is not suitable for most people, then face resistance. If it is correct, don't waste your time arguing with them. Don't do anything unfair, and don't worry about whether people recognize you for doing so. If you do any good deed, keep doing it. You will be remembered one day. Do it in the hope of getting good results in the future. Good work is a gift in itself, which leads to a good life. True happiness and peace lie in doing work selflessly, because your job is to act with virtue. Do good work regardless of people, and don't let others' evil actions distract you from your path. Expect a manageable ideal result at a time. Be happy with small progress and keep improving. If your purpose is always to try to do good things, then even if there are some difficulties in your way, you will succeed in that goal if you keep trying with solid intentions. Tying your well-being to what others say or do is unwise. Since sometimes there is hatred even for good deeds, you must stay on the right path in search of praise. Keep the desire to do only good work inside you, and do not let others dominate you. Now is the time to take action, and death is coming closer to all of us. Once again, think about every important aspect of your life naturally and make decisions. Remind yourself of the importance of honesty, courage, self-control, and, above all else, taking sensible action. Remind yourself how many times you have put things off. Because of this, you were given so many chances and still wasted. Remember, your time is limited. You have one option, and it is running out. Stop seeking approval from others and decide to start taking action today. Don't live as if you have infinite opportunities. In the years to come, as long as you are alive, you can become good. Till then, death dominates you. So keep improving so you can die gracefully. Once you choose such an option, you will find that your inner pain, which you think you are suffering, ends because you are choosing a better tomorrow instead of today's pain. Consider yourself dead. You have lived your life, and now what is left is given to you for some purpose, so take it and live it right. It doesn't matter how intelligent you are. At some point in life, things will happen that throw you off balance. When this happens, try to balance yourself one more time before moving on. The more you practice it, the better it will be. When you get upset with situations, immediately come back to yourself and work on creating as much balance as you can. If you keep returning to your balance point while doing this, you will get a better sense of harmony. There will come a time when you fall off the wagon and revert to your old ways. When this happens, identify your balance point and practice returning to the present situation. Don't listen to the voice that tells you to give up. With wise and ethical actions, you can return to the right balance point when you start. Adopt the work or purpose you have started completely. Avoid the distraction of vanity and show off. It hinders your work and reduces work efficiency. So whenever these things cause you to feel like you are derailing, get back on track. Things has control over you. Reducing your control over things means that you see them how they are in real life. 4. Wine is just fancy grape juice, and purple clothes, which the people of the emperor's house used to wear at that time, are just what dyed with the blood of conch shells. This applies not only to physical things but also to our actions and behavior. Even of sensible people, what kind of things they avoid or what sort of things they adopt. Imagine that someone's soul is visible, which exposes their love, anger, pride, and realities. Now try to imagine if their bad feelings can harm someone. Can all the praise help anyone? Do you want a man to admire you who curses himself thrice every hour? Do you want to please a man who does not make himself happy despite the humiliation, hatred, or whatever you would have done? By being aware, you will see what kind of person they are. You will know there is no need to take stress to influence them. Money in itself is not a good or bad thing. It depends on how you use it. The word money is a myth when it is used to mean having physical things. It is possible that having too many things can make life stressful, so in every case, they are not just stuff for you. The real property is your qualities. Respect your mind and whatever you have right now, and be happy with them. If you can't stop the growth of other unnecessary things, or at least those without which life can be lived happily, you will never be free. You will always be jealous or afraid that someone might come and snatch things away. Those who only desire money are misguided, and so are those who feel bad about getting it. They are also misguided. Make as much money as you want. Learn not to let it control you. Learn to use it while you have it, but be fully prepared to be happy even when it's gone. If it is not there, live life openly without any embarrassment, and if it is too much, without any pride, see it as an essential tool to live life. For this, think about the things you have that you value and like the most, and think about how much you would want them if you didn't have them. Just be aware. Please don't feel so satisfied with money or anything that you start giving them more importance than necessary, and you get worried about losing them. Just be thankful in your mind for whatever is there, and be ready to remain normal even when it is gone. Most of us have some good qualities, like improving our character, thinking positively, good nature, strong character, being kind, giving, being happy, spreading happiness, investing in education, do and expect less. Do not interfere in the affairs of others. Stay away from those who do evil. Keep yourself busy in essential works. Spend your precious time on important things or work as much as possible, and do not waste time on useless things. To express your views in simple words and directly, to maintain freedom of speech, to make peace with people with whom you have fought when they are ready to peace, to have a purpose in life, and to avoid getting distracted. Do not let feelings dominate the decision. If you have all these qualities, then be thankful for them. If not, then adopt them in your life, and then be grateful. Also, show gratitude without losing self-respect. Praise without showing off. Don't make excuses. Respect teachers. Behave with children how you want them to, and help people continually improve. Lastly, think about who your role model is or should be. Be like that. As we learned in the starting chapters, don't be upset when others make mistakes and correct them if possible, but accept them if they are stubborn and won't change. We should never change our values while responding to such people. Also, we should never be surprised by the evil deeds of others and refrain from expecting that humans should not make mistakes, because by doing so, we are expecting the impossible. People do bad things because they lack knowledge of good and evil, so we should forgive them for their mistakes. Marcus emphasizes that in the end, we humans are social creatures made to live together in society, so keep them a part of society by giving them a chance to correct their mistakes, as long as they are dangerous to the community. Good and bad people are part of the exact universal nature and are made to interact and help. Marcus Aurelius and all Stoics believe that we are part of an internally connected organism. You cannot hurt one person without hurting all. Whatever harms the hive harms the bee. This means that when you hurt others, you hurt all of humanity and yourself. It is against nature to unnecessarily disrespect bad people and try to avoid them. When finding faults in others, we should first think about our responsibilities. Then, you will find that you are less likely to blame them. Instead of blaming others and getting upset with them, we should focus on self-improvement. So friends, this was the summary of Meditation book. Let us repeat what we have learned so far from this book so that it can be remembered easily. 1. What happens in your life depends largely on how you explain it. Finding opportunities and difficulties turns them into promising opportunities. 2. Control the feelings of your mind. Once you have made a decision, stick to it. 3. Always be ready to improve. 4. Respect the freedom of expression of others. 5. Don't be afraid of getting into trouble, because, as a human being, it is part of our nature. 6. Be practical and deal with what is in front of you. 7. Focus on doing what's right and be prepared to face resistance.